Hey, I'm here to rant. I'm still doing booktube stuff, but I am going to include some movie discussions. And I just recently went to see Star Wars The Last Jedi, and I was so disappointed and just so disgusted. I'm not going to watch any more Star Wars films anymore. I think that Hollywood and Disney are determined to ruin it. If you choose to see it, that's great. If you loved it, that's great. I'm happy for you that you found a movie that you love. I'm not here to put you down, although I have seen very many videos of people that loved it trying to put down the people that didn't. If that's not severe insecurity, I don't know what it is, but I'm not here to put you down. I'm just here to say why I friggin' hated it and why I thought it was stupid and where I thought they failed the movie. And the failing of the movie started with The Force Awakens. Now, Rogue One was awesome. I loved it. But no, not The Force Awakens and not The Last Jedi. I don't even think that they knew what they were doing with The Last Jedi. And that movie was so long, and if it would have been necessary, that's fine. But they put so much unnecessary, useless garbage in it that I just can't. I know that there are a lot of people out there on YouTube also that hated it, and they had some very valid reasons too. And I heard one lady, she was talking about the assassination of some of the characters. Well, I'll start with that. In The Force Awakens, they started assassinating the characters of Han Solo and Princess Leia, and they continued with the character assassination of Princess Leia in The Last Jedi, but they totally destroyed the character of Luke Skywalker. And I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. If that's what you wanted, if that's what you liked, great, but I did not care for that. They totally negated The New Hope, the Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi. They negated all three of those films in this one. But like I said, Rogue One was really excellent. I don't know. First of all, I can't even fathom these movies without Darth Vader. And if they're going to go without Darth Vader, they need to have a formidable villain. But I'll get to that in a minute. This is how they assassinated characters. In The Force Awakens, they made Han Solo this ne'er-do-well, uncaring, I don't know if he was uncaring, but like, he didn't want anything to do with fatherhood. He was away from Princess Leia, and really, because he did all he could to be with her, he loved her in that first set of movies. So I just don't get that. And they also made Princess Leia not a very good mother in so many ways. Like, she obviously had pawned off her son to Luke Skywalker to become a Jedi. They don't even go fully into that, but it just doesn't ring very true with me. And then they go and they try to make Luke Skywalker like this, I guess they were trying to make him out like a selfish coward, and they were trying to make it like he didn't care about the Jedi anymore. And I don't know, and even he had said that he didn't like his character, and then all of a sudden they were saying all through, the different articles, they were saying that he took it back. Yeah, he took it back. They made him. I'm sure he was telling the truth at first, and I agree with someone who said that when he came out of the premiere of that movie, he just looked devastated. Okay, I looked at that, and yes, I agree with that. They made him take it back because he was in that movie and under contract. I think he meant everything that he dang well said the first time. And I can understand why he said it. And then this business of all these critics liking it, well, you know what? Most of those critics and most of those magazines are like owned by these major Hollywood companies, including Disney. So I don't know if I could totally trust their assessment. I know there were people that liked it, but I don't know. That's just all those critics thinking it was brilliant, that's very suspect to me. And then them saying stupid shit like, you know, this wasn't nostalgic and that was good for the film. Okay, whatevs. I don't get where you're coming from, but I think the nostalgia is exactly what makes the whole franchise, and you're ruining the franchise, in my opinion. And you get these people that say stuff like, well, when you go to a movie, you just need to turn off your mind and not think. When I go to a movie, I just go to enjoy it. These are some of the stupidest things that I've ever heard, okay? You don't turn off your mind and not think. No matter how much you want to, movies get you thinking about things, okay? And you can't just go to a movie and enjoy it, because if it's shitty and it's offensive to you and it's unenjoyable and it ruins everything for you, how can you have a good time? It was incoherent. There was no continuity. None of it made any sense. And like I said, they could have taken out big chunks of that movie and it wouldn't have been as long. And really, when you take it apart and you look at it little by little, I just fail to see what the point of it was. I really don't. That's me, okay? If you want to be mad and hateful over my opinion of a movie, well, I can't stop you, but it's nothing personally against you. If you liked it, you liked it. But oh my gosh, it made me so mad. I was so angry about that. Okay? I grew up with The New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, and The Return of the Jedi. Okay? I didn't expect them to be exactly like that. And Rogue One wasn't exactly like that. But that was a good film, and it was well put together. And it made sense within that whole mythos or characterization. So, yeah, I did not like the character assassinations, and I don't care. You could tell me all you want that, oh, Leia had a little bit of the Force in her. I just felt that that business with her floating through space was really ridiculous, and it was also a little insulting. I don't know how to explain it, but it was. All of a sudden, we're supposed to believe she's going to use the Force like that. And to what end? For what reason? You know, I mean, maybe that was supposed to be a tribute to her, okay. But other than that, I don't know. And like, what was the deal with that whole casino planet stuff? That was not necessary. That was a big waste of time. Nothing really of any point happened. It was just to like show you some new creatures and, you know, Benicio del Toro's character, I mean, I love him, but his character was like nothing at all. The one character, she goes through this big explanation of this guy with his pin on his lapel who does everything wonderfully and is supposed to help them. And we never even meet the guy. We see him. We never meet him. And some con artist comes in and is going to be the one that helps him. And it was a waste. And I didn't feel like that lady that was with Finn, that young lady, or Finn, just really had any place in this movie. It's like they just threw Finn in and they threw this woman in, and I don't know why. I don't know what the point of her was. I didn't even find her a really likable character. And while we're on the topic, I have to say that it really bothers me that out of all those damn stormtroopers, Finn is the only freaking one that has a second thought and wants to help out the Rebel Alliance. I don't know. There should have been more than that. And if he didn't like it and he came up in the ranks with all these people, he should have felt a little bit more guilty about his fellow stormtroopers. You know what I mean? He should have had more feeling. It gave him he had no depth of character. His only character development in The Force Awakens was that he was a stormtrooper and he became a part of the Rebel Alliance. That's it, okay? And I'm sorry, but I just don't see how Kylo Ren is going to be this big, wonderful villain, okay? No, I don't see it. He's not intimidating. He's not interesting. He was interesting until they twisted around his character in this last movie. First of all, They lied to us in all the previews and all the interviews. They said all these big reveals were going to be given, and nothing. They gave us nothing. Nothing. They built up that Snoke character. What? He died right away. He was like, you mean to tell me he couldn't see what Kylo Ren was going to be doing with that lightsaber, yet he's this big and powerful? How did he even come into power? Okay, I like Andy Serkis, and I thought that Snoke character could have been interesting, but they got rid of him too quick. And they don't explain shit. They're like, oh, well, yeah, Rey, she's nobody. Her parents were nobody. Okay, well, if her parents were nobody, why did you waste our time with that stupid seaweed hole that she went down in? Are they setting that up for the next movie? Because at this point, I don't give a shit. I don't care. What would have been better to me is if they made it like Han Solo had a love child with another person and they left her for her own safety on the planet. Or something else, somebody of importance. Not just that these, asshole people sold her off for drugs. And yet they put us through that whole thing. And does Luke Skywalker even train her? No, he says a few things to her. There's no real battles in this. No. There's none. Oh yeah, they get out their lightsaber and they hold it there in front of an image, and very disappointed. I'm getting angry as I'm talking about it. No sense whatsoever. And then, oh, Poe, that character Poe, what a dipshit. That whole thing with Poe, mutiny, and then they stopped the mutiny because Princess Leia was against the mutiny, and they all had this big plan, and Poe's hot-headed, and oh, they like him because he's hot-headed. That was just stupid to me. It's like, why they put it in? It's like they have this recipe for what should be in a Hollywood movie. First of all, Poe is obnoxious. Poe is the type of character that doesn't care who dies, okay? As long as he gets to do what he wants to do. Oh, he's so reckless, okay? No. And then people trying to say, oh, well, he's supposed to be brash like Han Solo. Han Solo was never like that. He never handled his affairs like that. Yeah, he was cocky, but not to the point of the obnoxiousness of Poe. And then I hear people saying that, Poe's hot. In what world? In what world? Oh my gosh, he's not attractive at all. Okay, I just feel like his character's unnecessary, and unfortunately, he's going to be in a few more Star Wars movies. I'm out. I'm out, okay? No Luke Skywalker, no Princess Leia, no Han Solo, no Darth Vader. I'm done. This was the last one that I will be watching, and I certainly am not going to watch no Han Solo prequel movie with an unknown actor. Okay? I'm not. Forget it. Okay? Disney doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. This director didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And that's all there is to it. And, let's see. There were a few other things that really, really ticked me off. Okay, but you know what? I think I covered it. This was just a dumbass movie that made no sense, had no continuity, just wanted to assassinate characters, just wanted to be this big, typical blockbuster that your typical people watch. And they just ruined the whole Star Wars franchise for me. So that's why I'm calling this R.I.P. Star Wars franchise. Because it was just BS to the highest degree. Now, I love the special effects, okay? And I think that whole relationship between Rey and Kylo Ren would have been interesting if they wouldn't have turned it around and made everything what it was, okay? And they had so many opportunities to do things, and then they just let it go for no reason. And who the heck is that little boy at the end that's supposed to maybe have the Force, and he's looking into the sky like Luke Skywalker? No, thank you. Don't rehash that. I thought all of the Jedis were dead except for Luke Skywalker. I mean, really? Explain some of that to us, too. I mean, Star Wars is not like, Ace Ventura, where it doesn't matter whether there's any plot or whatever. This is something that's always had a plot, that's always had a meaning, and you just bastardize all of it. Okay, now there was one scene that I thought was nice, but this other lady who I heard her talk about it, she's funny. She didn't agree with me. She thinks Kylo Ren is some emo wannabe with moobs. And she was like, give me a break whenever there was a scene where Kylo had his shirt off. But I have to admit, in that scene, I was like, oh. So, but still, I do agree with her. Like, he would be better off as like an alliance member. Okay? Not the villain. And then I don't like how they turn him into this, like, all of a sudden at the end, he's giving hints like he's going to, you know, let out the goodness in him. Okay? And then he just does a total 100% turn at the end. But yet he wasn't able to bring himself to kill Princess Leia, his mother. And I think that he killed Han Solo a little too quick in the last one. And this Rey character, she's just not interesting to me at all. So, I mean, I'm just giving my opinion, okay? That's all. So, yeah, I'm not happy at all. And I hope you paid attention to my warning at the beginning that there was going to be a ton of spoilers in this. Or I hope at least when you heard the first spoiler, you turned it off. But I really don't think that I'm the only one that this film really, really disappointed and bothered me. All right, I'm signing off. Bye-bye.